Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to assemble a model kit, maybe even start another model kit. I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to start things off by throwing the Bear Cave, the leg of the site, the tier 2 blue emote into the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. And if you feel like being a lurker, you can just go ahead and lurk. That's also okay. Let me just check one thing real quick here. Okay. Yep. Just checking the thing. Yeah, all right. That looks good. Okay. Sorry. Had to adjust a thing. I think we're okay. It's a Saturday, and I'm working on the Gustav Karl, maybe, but we're going to finish the Chaos Gundam. I know that. Chaos Gundam is here. And that is our mission is to finish this thing up. Finish up the Gustav, finish up the Chaos Gundam, I should say. It does have a transformation, so we'll also do that after we finish the backpack. And then we will also, maybe, seems like we'll get to it, work on the Gustav Karl Type 00, which is a cool high grade that I'm excited to work on. It is our first Gundam Hathaway model kit build, and it's a good one. I love the blue color. It's unbelievably gorgeous. Do I have that right? Yeah, I can show you that. I'll go to the overhead camera. Look at this goddamn blue. It's so nice. This is such a good color, and that is what we'll be starting once we're done what we're doing, which is, of course, finishing up the chaos over here. Let me just check a thing real quick. Okay, looking good there. Looking good there. I am gonna. Hey, Lashbrook, I am gonna jump ahead, and so we're working on the backpack transformation thing, all of that. Just to make my life easier, I am going to apply the stickers that need to go on this piece that fit on the back here. That is going to go in like this, our cockpit of sorts. I have 2 stickers that need to go on there, and I want to do that now, so I don't have to think about stickers later. That's me planning ahead. But we just have 2 more stickers, and then we're done with all the stickers on this kit, which is great. It's excellent. So we'll do that. I hope you're all doing good tonight. I think I said this in the pre-show. That I do expect this to be kind of a light night. There are a lot of sports out there. And it's one of those things, we're in sports season where people who don't pay attention to sports normally care a lot about sports. Like, you know, it's been some good basketball. You may see a team, win for the first time in many, many years. The NBA Finals, and so it makes sense that there are people out there who are real gung-ho about that. Like, I totally understand. I will say, all the Knicks coverage about the Knicks themselves and the people that love them, that has made me miss New York. I am certainly missing New York City. That has hit me. I'm feeling it. Which I would like to think is understandable, that I'm feeling my feelings on that. I have to bend this sticker, and I don't want to. I don't like this sticker. That's why I want to do it now, where I am the freshest and of the most correct and stable mind. Also, I'm really tired. I am like unbelievably eepy today. I did some yard work, and it really just took it out of me because it's fucking hot out there. Hey, have you heard this? Did you know? It's fucking hot and humid, and I got on a ladder to cut some stuff off of our tree in our front yard, and then we had to dig up part of the lawn, and so I have been putting new dirt down, and then also filling in that dirt and leveling it, and then adding more dirt and leveling that and packing it down. And it's been, all right, that sticker's on. All right, good. We're done with stickers. It's been a lot. And then I came in today and I was doing other stuff. I was on the computer. I'm getting stuff ready. And I just got so fucking tired. So I feel like I'm having a second wind. Feel like I'm in a good spot. All right, we're done with those stickers. We'll apply that piece later. We'll go back to working on this part here because now I can say, oh yeah, I did that part. So we finished that there. All right, so now we're going to attach this piece to this piece, but first we need to put the booster, the rocket booster on. We'll do that first, which is going to be A2. It's not these rockets, it's this one. One of the things that I did today was I finalized the videos that I'm going to have for my birthday subathon, which is, as you may know, Tuesday, June 23rd. For that, I am going to be doing a bunch of stuff, right? And I'm going to be there for several hours, starting at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. It's going to go for a while. How long will it go? I don't know. I don't know how long it'll go, but it's going to go for quite a bit. So the plan for these subathons is I always have a meal with it. So I have to get up and go do something. So I have videos to play while I eat and also while I go and like microwave whatever I'm going to have. While I get that ready, I have something to entertain the crowd. Also, if I hit my goal, so the idea is I have with this birthday subathon, I have incentives, right, to encourage people to subscribe or gift subs. Doing an anime tropes tier list, opening some packs of Magic the Gathering cards, the Wing Gundam entry grade build, various things and thanks. The idea is that, like, oh, when I hit 30, we're going to do this. I'm going to stop doing something and we'll do that thing. And then, oh, I'm working on the model kit, but we hit the next goal. I have to finish the model kit first before I do the Lego set, like that kind of thing. I think that makes sense. The one difference is if I hit 80, I will stop what I'm doing to go get that terrible beverage to make that terrible beverage. And so if I'm getting up to go get something, then what I want to have is something playing on screen while I go up and get what I need. And in this case, that will be, there we go, like just like that. Okay. That will be, in that particular case, some kinds of old commercials, old video game commercials. I have, I can tell you, I can look these up here. Hold on, let me go into the archives here. Subathon commercials. I have Sega's E3 2025 gameplay master tape. This would be the tape that they would give to outlets, magazines, newspapers, websites that would come up to the Sega booth for E3 2005 and be like, oh, do you have any B-roll? This is what that is. I have something from Gamescom 2007, the Leipzig, Germany. Tony Hawk. This is like hand cam footage of Tony Hawk on a fucking half pipe indoors. So I have that, which is just like a weird artifact that I was like, this is fun to look at. And the third video I have is a VHS rip that was sent to arcades to entice arcade owners to get into the Capcom CPS system, which was like the idea of like, I'm not fully understanding what it is. We'll learn more when we watch the video. But I believe, hey Akito, I believe that some of that is that it's like trading in machines for other machines, like the rental thing, like buybacks basically. So we've got that. The VHS tape is awesome because it starts with just like a guy from Sega of America who looks like he was a guy of Sega America that they put in charge of arcades. It's like the perfect dude. I forget his name. My apologies that I cannot remember this man's name. But it was, when I saw him, I was just like, yeah, man. All right. Yeah, sell me on this shit. Okay. I need B20 here. So I compiled those videos today and got that all ready. I have everything I need for my subathon. I have the anime tropes tier list that I want to do. I have for what I can't get Fallout 4 to run in the monitor I want it to run in. I just never been able to trick it into doing it. So I have to have, I normally capture one monitor. It wants to be on another one. So I have a special Fallout 4 capture monitor, or capture of the monitor, which is silly, but true. So I have that all set up. I don't have karaoke that, oh man, look, I love singing. I genuinely love to sing. I enjoy karaoke very much. I'm so fucking glad I'm not doing karaoke this time. I decided to take this one off for karaoke. Holy shit, I'm so stoked about that. I just like I love it, but the prep is ridiculous. It also is going to be like I'm going to put it up on archive.org, but the karaoke always means that I have to like mute some of the archive that goes up on my archive channel. There is a song that's playing in the background that might get me like demonetized, but I think it'll be okay, of one of the videos I'm going to show. But other than that, I'm like, man, I just fucking want to. Okay, so we did that. We did that. I think it'll be fine, but I just want to like take a break from singing and all that. Also, by the time I get to karaoke, if I get to karaoke, by the time I do, my voice is fucking shot. It is like in a bad place by the time I get there. So I was just like, why am I doing that to myself? It also means I don't have to do rehearsal for my subathon. I can just focus on other things, which is good. So yeah, I'm all prepped for that. That's ready to go. I recorded some videos this weekend, including I did an ad for my a promo, basically a promo video, a YouTube short that went up today, of just me like telling people about my birthday. 'Cause I thought that would be a smart idea. Kind of put the word out, and so people watched that video, which is good. All right, we got that there. Yeah, those stickers turned out good. And then I need E11, which is over here. One of these here. And now the next step would be to put this on the back of our Chaos Gundam. But before I do that, and I got to put the parts on there. Before I do that, I'm going to panel line this thing because I want it to look nice and sharp. Because often the backpack we don't see in the photography I do, but this one we will see because it does have the transformation, so we will see it. So I want this to look nice. I'm going to get the two pieces I need and put them on the back of the Chaos Gundam, and then we'll do all that. But yeah, it was it was nice getting all that stuff done. Like everything I need for that. Actually, I should back up. I have to like change my display settings a bit. Maybe I do. I don't know. One thing I haven't done is I do have to set up the tier maker list and make sure that like it's big enough to be on the screen. I haven't done that yet. That's one thing I haven't done yet. So I guess I'll pull that back. I've done everything set up for my subathon except for one thing, which again is, and I have time. I have some time before that becomes a problem. All right, so it's going to go like that. Wow. Okay, hold on. You may remember from Thursday, I was freaking out because I had used the wrong polycap somewhere and had run out of the ones I needed, and I ended up stealing one out of the arm because I couldn't find it. I think the polycaps that I fucked up were the back of this chest. That's crazy if that's true. If that was... Those are supposed to be C's. Let me see here. Well, let me see here. Yeah, these fit in. And these don't. This is the piece that I'm missing, where I even took it out of the arm, which is fine. I don't need to be in the arm. Yep. I messed up in very early on this kit. So now I have to disassemble. This is kind of fucking wild. I have to assemble the fucking chest and pop these out. This was a unbelievably early mess up I did on this kit. It's kind of fucking wild that I messed up so bad on this kit that I have to fix it now. Take the arms off here. Just disassemble it and make my life easier. So I have to get these polycaps out and replace them with those polycaps. And I don't quite know how I'm going to do that. I mean, my hope is that I can just get my... Well, I'm going to have to do this. I hate doing this. My hope is I can just take the back piece off. I'm being so careful with this X-Acto blade because I don't want it to skip and bounce off this and cut me or come out or something. So, but I am just wiggling this here in order to get enough space for my spudger to go in. That's the plan. This piece might have to come up, but I don't know. I think I might be able to avoid that. So right now I am just inserting my X-Acto blade and twisting back and forth here just to kind of get some breathing room so that I can then go in with the spudger here and it'll be a lot easier. Okay, great. Oh, I might be able to get this back. Yes, okay, great, I did. Whew, okay. So now I have to get these polycaps out and put the correct ones in. Not the real ones, the correct ones. Yeah, these are smaller. I could put one of these back on the arm that I had removed, but I don't think I'm going to need to, so I'm not gonna. I was going to let that be an extra, and then going to put these on here, and I'm going to put those aside, and I'll deal with that later. In case I do need it. But yeah. I was wondering where those went, like, because I had clearly used them by mistake somewhere, and I didn't know where. Of course it was the polycaps I hadn't needed. This is like such an early part of this build that I fucked up. It's kind of remarkable. Fucked up that early. But it seems to be fixable, which is awesome. We love that. All right, then we'll go back to this piece here. Yeah. Okay. So now we can figure out where this is. Yeah, it's supposed to go here. Go on the back there. Okay, we're back together here. Proper pieces. And then we can put on the arms and the head. Okay. And the other arm. Come on. There it is. Polycap got weird. The other arm. And then the chest or the legs and the waist there. Okay, great. Okay. Now go to the back here. And we put this piece in here into the proper polycap. And it goes in just fucking fine. And the other one goes in just fucking fine. And then we can actually go now. The thing I wanted to do 10 minutes ago, or 5 minutes ago, is panel line this piece. We can now properly panel line. We're doing it. Hell yeah. Let me just real quick. Just clip this little thing over here. Oh. Okay, good. You got it. Good. Okay. So this story is kind of interesting to me. This happened, I believe, on Thursday or Tuesday. That went Thursday. Sorry, Thursday. Yes, it was a Thursday announcement. The social media account for Valor Mortis, a game that was originally coming out on let's see. Let me make sure we're yeah, Valor Mortis is from OML Games. It is a first-person Souls-like. That's their words. They basically put out the word, hey, we're not going to be in September anymore. We're not going to release in September anymore. September is stacked, and so we're moving to October, which makes sense. We knew this was a possibility, but when you're in a partner showcase, as we were, dates get locked weeks in advance. We want to give Valor Mortis and your wallet some room to breathe. Therefore, we decided to move our release to October 13th. And it's a demo if you want to play the demo. And I think that's pretty smart. Where's the other thing here? Because the list of games that is coming out in for like the end of August, all throughout September into October is unbelievably long. And so I thought it would be fun, to read you all of these major releases. And there are minor ones. There are ones that are not listed on here, but these are like heavy hitters. Thanks, GTA, indeed. These are heavy hitters and some interesting indies. August 27th, you've got Star Wars Zero Company. It's probably a big release. Resonance of Plague Tale Legacy, also that. The next day, Elden Ring Tarnished Edition comes to Switch 2. September 3rd, Orbitals and the Blood of Dawnwaker. Those are both games that I know people who are very invested in. September 8th, I believe Halloween, which I believe is an asymmetrical horror game. I believe that's the Halloween we're thinking of here. Screenbound on the 10th. Heard very good things about that. On the 15th of September, Wolverine. That's going to be a pretty big release. 2 days later, Trine 6. I didn't know there was a Trine 5, I'll be honest, but they're making a 6 Trine game. Warhammer 40K, Dawn of War 4, September 17th. Same day as Trine 6. Also on the 17th, Trials in the Sky, 2nd chapter. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. The day after that is the Switch 2 version of Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. The console release of Dune Awakening is September 22nd. As mentioned, Valor Mortis was originally going to be September 24th. It is no longer there. But on the 24th, I understand moving on the 24th when I tell you the games that are coming out on the 24th and the 25th. When I tell you these games, maybe you can understand why the makers of Valor Mortis were like, hey, Lord Cratchit, why the makers of Valor Mortis were like, we're not going to be on the 24th anymore. On the 24th of September, Hot Wheels Infinite Rush, Control Resident, Silent Hill Townfall, and the next day, Onimusha Way of the Sword. That's all the 24th and the 25th. I understand why a first-person Souls-like was like, what if we didn't come out that fucking day? Ace Combat 8 is going into early access on the 29th of September, and the full release is on the October 2nd. So they're doing that like kind of early, not really early access, just like pre-order bonus bullshit. Minecraft Dungeon 2, September 29th. October 1st, Rayman Legends Retold, Dynasty Warrior 3 Remastered, Gears of... sorry, that's October 1st is 2 big re-releases. October 6th is Gears of War E-Day and Star Wars Galactic Racer. Switch 2 gets Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 Switch ports on October 8th. Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen on October 9th. Planet Zoo 2 on October 13th. Also on October 13th, Castlevania Belmont's Curse, Toy Story Retro Roundup and Toy Story 3 Remaster, and as mentioned, that Valor game. Valor Mortis coming out on the same day as Castlevania Belmont's Curse. Maybe a bad idea, but whatever. October 16th, Tales of Eternity Remastered. Final Fantasy Resonance, October 22nd. Also on the 22nd, Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, which I always think there's a missing word in that name, but there isn't. Let's see, what else? October 23rd, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. Also, One Piece Grand Gourmet. October 29th, Hello Kitty Party Land and Phantom Blade Zero. We don't know the exact date, but sometime in October is No Rest for the Wicked. And then November 3rd is Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. And again, that is an incomplete list. There are other games that are coming out in October and September that we don't know about yet. But everyone's trying to get ahead. I mean, Call of Duty was probably going to be there. I like that Karasoft is getting to make a bigger game. Hell yeah, indeed. It's just, that's going to be like, for me, your friend Pat. One Piece Grand Gourmet seems fun. I might end up getting that. Castlevania, might pick that up. Let's see. What else was I like? Control Resident. Yeah. I'm gonna get the Control game that comes out. I'm gonna get that. I like Control a lot. So for me personally, Screenbound seems cool. I don't know. And Star Wars Zero Company will go in my like wait for it to go on sale pile or list probably. Let me check my own Steam wish list and see if there's anything in there that I'm like, oh yeah, that's coming out. Let's see. Show me my wish list. There it is. To be announced coming soon. Pixel Washer is probably end of summer, it seems like. Restory Chill Electronics Repair is possibly this fall, maybe this winter. Let's see. Box Room is in early access. It might actually come out this year, but it's in early access right now. Sorry, I have to look at Box Room to see. Control and Silent Hill are only must-buys. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, Box Room is in early access and has mixed. I think it just went in early access, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. There's another indie game about cleaning up game carts that seems nice. Yes, I did see that. That also looks nice. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, Box Room came out 2 days ago. Came out on Thursday. I didn't notice it. I didn't get a ping in my wish list, I don't think. But it has mixed reviews, so I don't know. We'll see. But I might end up picking that up. I don't know. Let's see. Truck-kun is Supporting Me from Another World is a end of July release. Model Kit Studio is next year. And My Arms Are Longer Now, which is the first game to be published by Jackbox. The Jackbox folks are going to publish a game. And that I don't know when that is going to be coming out, but it is this year. I just picked up Box Room and Terra Tech today. Plan on playing them tomorrow. Hell yeah. You'll have to let me know, Dirty, what you think of Cookies Publishing Games now. Indeed. You have to let me know what you think of Box Room. I'm interested in that. I have not picked it up yet, but that is on my wish list, and it is an early access. So being mixed reviews in early access is not a big deal in my personal opinion, because there's still plenty of time to figure shit out. And some people want a full fucking game in early access, and they are crazy. Watched Nextlander stream Terra Tech Legion and want to try that demo. Yeah, I watched Jeff play some of that. That shit's neat. I don't think I'm going to get the... I don't think the demo will be part of my stream on Thursday. Or sorry, Tuesday. Also on Tuesday the 16th, I'm doing a bunch of demos, Steam demos. Right now, the Steam demos that I'm looking at are... I can tell you, because I have 4 right now on Steam demos to look at here. Tanuki Pawn Summer demo. We've already streamed that before. I've already streamed that demo, but apparently this is different than the previous demo. We'll see. But apparently this demo is different from that one, so I'd like to see the differences. Pixel Washer and Mold Washer. We have the demos for both of those. Those are different games, different cleaning games. And Milky Delivery has a demo. So we have 2. So far, the ones I'm looking at are 2 biking around, delivering things, and 2 cleaning. So we'll see how that turns out. When is the next Steam demo? I mean, always. Yeah, Monday, Dirty, yeah. So I might add in a new one on Monday when new demos come out. But it's been a while since we did that. We did a demo thing. Also, I might not stream Pawn's Summer Delivery just because I've already streamed it before. But, you know, as I said, there's a new demo, so it might be interesting to check that out. I got to play test for that model kit game. Could be neat. Nice. Yeah, I didn't end up doing that myself. Lord Crash says, I've been playing an older indie game called Little Problems that is nice. It's like Case of the Golden Idol, but for lower stakes social situations instead of murders and conspiracies. Nice. That's cool. I'll talk about what I've been playing later in the night, because that's important to do, is to have that conversation. All right, I am done paneling this. I now just need to clean it up, and then we'll be ready to work on to attach it, and then put on the other parts of this, finish it up, do the take a photo, do the transformation, take a photo, and then start our next build. I get to say Gustav Karl a bunch. Hell yeah. Gustav Karl type 00. Type 00. It's not 00. It's 00. It's not Gundam 00. All right. Clean this up. And then attach this here. Okay. So that's how it looks later. We won't need that like that now. Whoops. I want it like this first. I'm going to take this piece out here and put it on later. Pop this out first so that we can put this on there. I'm glad to figure out like what I did wrong with those polycaps, because I had obviously done wrong with those polycaps. So I'm glad I figured it out. Okay, so this just doesn't sit right. I'm going to take the head off of this and see if I can get these to sit correctly here. Okay, yeah. This just doesn't it just doesn't really want to stay in. That's gonna, I bet this is gonna frustrate me later. I guess I could try to I need this to have freedom here. And I need this to go in like that. Man. Okay. All right. For whatever reason, this thing does not stay in. And so we will. I'm going to look ahead here to how it transforms. Yeah, okay, that just comes up and moves a little bit. So as long as that moves. So I'm going to dab a little liquid cement on just these parts here. Not on the parts that need to move. Just on the stalks here that I have to go in. I'll apply a little bit to that. Lock this back up. Do apply there. And then we just apply pressure. Lift this up here, and then we're just going to apply some pressure here just for a little bit. Valve is almost done with Steam gift cards. If you have physical Steam gift cards, they will still accept them, but they are going to let retailers run out of them and not restock them. They added to their FAQ. Let's see. Scammers have been using the gift cards as a scamming method for years. The company's attempted to counter this over time, working with retailers and law enforcement, limiting redemption to being currency or Steam wallet, and adding a prominent scam warning amid stuff. But they have not been able to fix that. As Steam cards run out of stock at retail locations, we will not be restocking them. We expect all retailers to be out of stock by the end of 2026. Though we will no longer be selling physical gift cards, you will still have the ability to use your existing gift cards on Steam whenever you choose, subject to local laws. Then, yeah. Now, apparently, the way that scam works is the way all gift card scams work, where someone tells you, oh, in order to put money on your account, you have to buy a gift card and then tell me the code and I'll enter the code for you. Which, again, obviously is a lie. They're not going to enter anything for you. They just got you to buy a gift card and then tell them the card number. But, you know, there are various other ways of doing it, but that is the simplest one because you're just preying on people. So Steam doesn't want to do that shit anymore, and I don't really blame them. Now, are gift cards like a nice thing to have when you've got when it comes to Steam, right? Like, it's kind of nice to be able to just be like, well, I got you a gift card, so then you can spend it on things that you want to spend it on. And because you play digital games, and so I can't buy you physical games. Like, is a gift card a great gift under the Christmas tree? Not really, but it's good in a stocking. It's a good, like, your aunt got you this because she doesn't fucking understand what you could possibly want. She doesn't know. She ain't never gonna know. She doesn't know how to gift you a video, because, like, obviously that's the solution, right? Is to gift somebody's account a game, buy it as a gift, but, like, then it's like, okay, well, now I have to then they use that to buy stuff for other accounts in exchange for some money. So yeah, a lot of it is that they'll use it to sometimes they use it to inflate sales of certain things or certain items. They will use it to buy in-game items in using credits and then, like, sell those dummy accounts to other people and sell items and all kinds of stuff. It's all a multi-layered schemes. And they tried to figure that shit out, but yeah. So they're just gonna stop doing it. And obviously, it means that if they are going to stop accepting them and stop making them, I should say, not stop accepting them, stop making them, it means that they ran the numbers, and it wasn't like they weren't making so much money off gift cards. They had to allow for there to be some scams, right? It could also be that some states in the Union, the United States, were just like giving them a lot more grief than they would want about those scams. But that's not as likely. It's more likely that they just like the numbers on a spreadsheet moved in such a way that they went, all right, let it go. This is not worth it. That is probably what it was. Like it hit the point where they're like, okay, yeah, no, we're okay. And also, like, it's a nice thing to have those gift cards in retail, but like retail isn't what retail used to be. So it's like, eventually, fuck it, we're good. We don't need to worry about this stuff. Eventually. Other than that, not a lot more news. Not a lot of news out there, folks. Not a lot of late breaking stuff happened on Friday. Occasionally it does, or Saturday. There's a whole thing about like the pro membership at GameStop is changing, and then the employees are fucking pissed off about that. They're going to get rid of the pro membership program, the point system. So that was that, like, you buy stuff, you're a pro member, you buy stuff, and you get 2% rewards on most of the purchases that you make. And then you can redeem it for coupons to get discounts on other things. And it's like, you're still working at GameStop, but it's not like, so it's not good, but it's still better than nothing. It is incentive that if you are spending money at the store, incentivize you to spend a bit more. So if you're buying games, it adds up. It doesn't add up to a lot, but it adds up to some. Pro Point Accuro will end for new members beginning July 15th. Existing members who renew before then can keep earning points until July 15th. And then all of the points will expire for everyone. So not only is GameStop being like, yeah, we're getting rid of these point system thing, we're not going to do that anymore. Also, if you've been stockpiling points, fuck off. They go away. You just don't get them anymore. They just fucking expire, which seems shitty. This loaded in there. And that's it. The membership is still the same price. They're not going to reduce the membership price. It's $25 a year, and now one of the biggest reasons to have it is going away, and they're not dropping the price of it. And that's also the thing they really put upon employees to really like sell, like the hard sell of people being like, oh, you got to get on that. And it's like, well, you got to get on that, but also one of the big reasons to do that isn't going to exist anymore. This goes in here. Okay, that goes in like that. All right. I think I am assembling this correctly. We'll find out if I'm doing this right. Let's see. Anyone who hasn't used it in a while, it no longer comes with a subscription to Game Informer, obviously. It used to also that $25 a year used to also get you a bunch of magazines. And then of course that doesn't do that and has not for a long time, but Let's see, I need number 39. Oh, this here. Okay, same ones. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, employees are wondering if they are expected to still upsell customers on the membership, despite it not being now even less worth it. Customers were already frustrated when I told them I couldn't redeem their points through my POS repeatedly over a 3-month period. I can't wait to tell them GameStop has told them to go fuck themselves and kill points entirely instead of fixing our back end. So yeah, apparently this is a one person told Kotaku, one person who is an employee of GameStop, that also their system was fucked up in a way that sometimes they just weren't. The system didn't even fucking work and register them, and that obviously is fucked. This loves to. These things love to just pop out of here, huh? Okay, so that goes in like that. This goes up and this goes in here. Goes like that. And then this attaches here. And then I will make sure that I've done this correctly. This did not snap together. I did not do this correctly. So I have to fix this. This piece is not correct. I have to get these out. Separate this out here. Oh, oh yeah. Very wrong. This is another quote from another employee there on the subreddit. Called for a boycott the pro program over the new changes. Basically, like said, "Hey, employees, if we all stop trying to get people to join it, they'll realize they really fucked up by getting rid of the points program." Saying, "If we all drop in pro, they can't blame any single store. They'll be forced to realize the decision was stupid as fuck. Do not confuse that with me saying they will care, but they will have to realize it. Just stop trying." Basically, this is an employee of GameStop saying, "Hey, like the only good selling point about this is gone. So why fucking bother giving the hard sell?" And it's like, I can't argue with that personally. Okay, I don't know why this everything on this is lining up correctly now. This should just snap together perfectly, and it's not snapping together. And I don't know why. And I'm getting mad. I'm getting a little PO'd. A little pissed off here. All right, I'm just gonna do this like it's supposed to be like that. Okay, so that goes together just fine. This piece, like this, and take it like this. You put this in there. Hmm. This looks right. This looks like I'm doing it correctly. And then I put it there and it's not right. So I'm like, okay, well, what am I doing wrong? Because there's a chance that I'm just doing something wrong. Does it go into this? Is it not this piece that slides? Is it this piece that slides? Huh. Well, then where? No, that doesn't seem right at all. No, yeah, because it's got to go here. Sorry, everybody. I thought we would be moving on to the Carl by now, but that is not the case. I'm having issues figuring out how this thing works. One of the last things I have to do for the kit. I just can't figure it out. Yeah, I don't know why, but this is not sliding into place properly. I'm going to look ahead at how it's designed. Yeah. I'm going to look at how it looks on the other side, because maybe there's just a piece that I'm not fully understanding. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get this. I'm going to pop this the other way. Nope. I'm doing okay. So even with nothing internally here, this is not going together evenly. I was like, let me just see. So it's something with this piece of plastic that is causing the problem. The problem I'm having right now is literally this piece here, I think. Yep. Okay. Process of elimination. This piece is giving me trouble, and I don't know why. Weird. Oh. It's got bent a little bit. Hmm. Okay. All right, let's try this one more time here. This piece goes here, like this, slides around. This piece goes in this way. Okay. Okay. And then this piece goes up and down here. There we go. Finally. I don't know why that was such a pain in the ass, but it was a huge pain in the ass. That pops down. You press this in, it pops that up, so you can then take it farther up there. This was a huge pain in the ass, and I'm not sure why. Hopefully, when I do the other side, which is basically identical, it won't be a huge pain in the ass. This other one, hopefully, will be cool. I don't know if it will be, but hopefully it will be. We will take a pause for the cause in a moment or two. I'll talk about ways you can support the channel and all that stuff as we get ready to wrap up this kit and then start the next one. But yeah, we'll talk some anime because there is some anime to talk about in the second hour. Do all that. Speaking of anime, reminder that next Saturday, instead of doing my normal build stream, I'm going to talk about anime. It'll be my end of season, what is it? The spring wrap up, fall preview, or summer preview. What am I saying? All sorts of mistakes there. But yeah, it'll be the thing. I normally do those on Tuesdays, but I've decided, but that would be like this coming Tuesday. The way to, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to do it like the Saturday before, I would normally put the episode up. So that'll be this coming Saturday, a week from today. I've wanted to do that instead of doing it Tuesday and then like sitting on the stream for 6 days before I put it up for everybody on my normal Monday. To me, it just made more sense to do it this way. So we're going to try it out. Maybe I won't like it. Maybe I won't like a Saturday night of talking about anime, and I'll wish I had done it on a Tuesday. But I haven't missed a like build stream in quite some time, so I think it's okay taking a night off of the build streaming, especially because that Tuesday, the 23rd, will be my birthday stream. So, and that Monday I'll still be building. Doing the building streams that Monday there. So I think it works out just fine. Okay. So let's see if I can get this together like a lot easier than the last thing that I did there, which was did not come together easy and was actually a pain in my ass. Let's see. So gotta get this sliding in right like that. This has to be proper. Can I do that properly? Apparently not. All right, so this has to go in properly here. Wait. This goes like that, slides like that. This goes like this, slides in there. This goes like that. And this goes on the other side. And hell yeah, we did it. Okay. And now we can, on this side here, do the other parts that we have to do here, because these are, this. We can do the base parts, the wings parts, the top part there, these depth charger-ass things, put them on the back of this here, do a little panel lining, and then we can take a photo, do the transformation. The transformation is nothing. It's like nothing at all, really. But we can do that. Just make the weird assault version of this thing. It's like the deep sea version of this. But it does mean that we can put on the feet here, we can put on beams onto these things, and it looks very stupid in a way that I'm really fucking into. So we can do all that after our pause for the cause. Let's go over here to this one. Hi. Hello. Hello, hi. Hello, hi. Now is the part of the stream where I'm going to talk to you. That's right, you, the viewer, about ways that you can support the channel and what I do here. Everything I'm about to talk to you is optional. You are under no obligation to do any of these things. But if you would like to help me out in what I'm doing here, I'm going to give you some opportunities to do that. Again, optional. You don't have to worry about it. But if you'd like to, that would be great. I'd love that. First and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber to the Build with Bear Workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link it with your Twitch. You can do that. You can use Cash Money. You could gift a sub. You could be like Harold let me see who else we got there. Harold and the BFM, who gifted some subs. You could be like Harold, who also cheered. You could throw some coins my way. That's also a way to support the channel. You're already here on Twitch, so it's the easiest way for you to help me out if you'd like to. Again, you don't have to. Over on my Patreon, you can subscribe at the $1, $3, $5, or $10 tier. There are different rewards for different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon. I still have a $1 tier because I have been in there, so they don't let people do that anymore, but I have grandfathered into having the tier you forget about, and it's just like $12 a year for me, which is great. You don't have to think about it again. It's not something that would concern you. And when you start doing 3 and 5 and 10, you start thinking about how much money that actually is. It's tough. So I'll always keep the $1 until they actually force me to not, which hopefully they never will actually force me, but they definitely want me to, because they don't make as much money on that. They'd much prefer I was a $3 instead of that everyone was $3. But then I would lose people, and I don't want to lose people. But yeah, there are different rewards at that tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon. I also have a YouTube channel, if you can believe it. YouTube.com/PatBaer. Over on my YouTube channel, you can subscribe for free, of course. And you can also become a member. And for just $2 a month, you'll get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So Baer, which is my weekly anime recommendation series, you'll see that a day before other people will see that, so you'll know what the other mech series that I can't shut up about are, because it's mech month over in Baer. Those are monthly ways to support me. If you just want to throw something in a tip jar, I have a Ko-Fi and a PayPal, and everything I make through direct donations through YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me out. Excuse me. Pardon me. Subscribing to my Patreon or here on Twitch all goes into a fund, and everything I make goes back into the business, as it were. This kit, I saw this for a good price, and I was like, I didn't even fucking know they made no grades for Gundam Seed Destiny. That's wild. I'm gonna buy one. And I did. I've never built a Chaos Gundam, and now I have a weird version of the Chaos Gundam that I've built. That is past you, financially supported present me, and allowed me to build this weird kit. And I have a backlog full of awesome stuff. Now, the next thing I'm going to be working on, which we're going to start tonight, is the Gustav Karl. And I am starting the Gustav Karl because it was purchased off my Amazon wishlist. Thank you, Chris. So it got its own dedicated YouTube video about the box, me talking about the box and talking about Chris and thanking Chris. And then also, it jumped the queue. It got ahead of all of the stuff I have in my backlog, and it's the next thing I'm working on, because that's the least that I could do, is build it early. Someone spent hard-earned money on that. If you would like to buy something for me to build, I've got model kits and Lego sets, inexpensive things, very expensive things. I put the Razor Crest vehicle from Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu, because I haven't done a Star Wars kit in a while, and I thought that'd be fun. And then also I would be able to say Grogu a bunch. I haven't seen the movie. I've barely seen the show. But I know that saying Grogu is fun. There's Lego and model kits, all kinds of things, some Transformer stuff in there, all kinds of different things and things. If you see something on the wish list and you're like, that seems like something I would like Pat to build, you could buy it and then I would build it. A bunch of things and things. See if there's something there that strikes your fancy. Consider it a birthday gift if you would like. Perhaps you want to get me a birthday present. My birthday's coming up, as you probably know. My alternative to Amazon is I have a wish list on Throne. I keep saying this. I promise I will update that wish list soon. I am going to update that. If you want to buy a gift card to USA Gundam Store, you could do that. You could buy a gift card to USA Gundam Store, and then you send me a whisper here on Twitch or a private message on Blue Sky or Mastodon with that gift card code. And then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. And that's the most convoluted way to support me if you wanted to support me. So that is a way to support me if you wanted to and spend a lot of money. If you want to support me and not spend any money, join my Discord. We'd love to have you in Discord. It's a cool place. You're welcome to come hang out there. My most recent episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club is me ranting about a particular thing in manga that I don't like right now. It's also weaving its way to anime. I literally just saw a comic the other day that involved this, and it just makes me annoyed. It is adding, and also they're a streamer, to fantasy anime, and also manhwa. South Korean comics are doing the same thing, where like, this guy does this and this and this, and he has all these powers. And also, he's live streaming while he raids the dungeon. And the people in there have things to say, and I hate it. I just want it to go away. So I made a video where I ranted about it. I've been pretty fucking positive lately on Pat Bear's Anime Club, and I wanted to make a video where I wasn't because it's annoying me. Kuma Bear is my weekly anime recommendation series. And there's every week there is a different recommendation. There's a theme every month. This month's theme is mecha, because I love mecha anime. And I talked about, look, some mecha series are inherently queer by design. Witch from Mercury is a queer mech series. It is certainly a lesbian, or at the very least bisexual, pansexual experience. A lot of times, there's like a lot of queer and specifically male, homosexual male overtones in mecha series. It's rarely as blatant as Brave Bang Bravern, which, no spoilers, of course, earns it because it's weird. The queerness in it is odd and not off-putting, but like confusing. And then eventually you're like, oh, okay, yeah. It's a lovely series. It was so overlooked that the first episode I think the first 2 episodes aired in Japan before anyone licensed it outside of Japan, and it was such a big hit surprise that it got picked up. I think it started like the first 3 episodes all aired at once on Crunchyroll, and just nobody picked it up. It's one of the best modern mech series, especially original. Brave Bang Bravern is fucking phenomenal. Please follow the link, watch my 1-minute gush about it, and then watch more of that very fucking good anime. Now, as part of the stream, where I'm going to drink some water, we are going to transition to the overhead camera and continue working on this cool model kit. Finish this up, start a new one. And then we'll also, I'm going to drink a lot of water, and we're going to hear dramatic music play right now. All right. So a thing happens in anime sometimes. Anime that is adapted from a manga or a light novel, of course. Not originals. They have a number of episodes, but they hit the point where they have to adapt the arc, and the arc doesn't fit into a neat little box, right? It doesn't fit into this whole thing. So you have to like cut some stuff. You have to condense some things. There are things you can do, but it's always a compromise on that. What happened here is it feels like an observation log of my fiancée who calls herself a villainess. It really feels like they kind of finished up in episode 11 and still have an episode left to deal with, because things really fucking wrap up here. And I know that there is this continues anyway, and when they get married. I believe it becomes an observation log of my wife. Yes. Eventually, they just rename it to an observation log of my wife who calls herself a villainess. So we're kind of gonna get a taste of that. Episode 11. Cecil visits Heronia. Heronia is now, we still don't know if Heronia is also been isekai, but Heronia is supposed to be the main character, and things did not go her way because Bertia has been trying, and Heronia is just like, look, Bertia must want you unhappy because she keeps messing this up, and it's like, no, she wants us to be together, which doesn't make any sense. And Cecil's like, in her mind, you are a kind, nice person, and that's why we end up together. But you're not that. you're rude and you're like you're not a nice person and you're outwardly cruel and you would be a terrible queen. Heronia tries to summon her magical creature, but of course that magical creature used up all died in the last one. So Cecil like gives the message that Fee gave her, and then also a fragment of Fee's mana core. And Heronia has been disinherited, and she is going to go to a convent. That is where you send people that you don't want to kill, but you don't want around anymore. And basically, Cecil offers her either a comfortable convent that's near the capital, or a harsh convent in the north, where Fee's damaged core might eventually be restored. And this is like interesting because the only person Heronia seems to actually ever really care about was her magical creature. So she agrees to go to the north. And I was actually surprised about that. So Cecil, who is ostensibly really our actual main character, meets with his father to talk about how, in his visions, in his dreams that he was presented with, he was kind of emotionless like a robot. And apparently that's happened a lot in the royal family. The royal bloodline, sometimes a genius gets born without emotions. And the first king of the kingdom was like that, Tojin. He was emotionless, and then he fell in love with war. And turns out he loved two things. He loved war and he loved his wife. And his wife was like, if you don't stop going to war, I will leave you. And that's the only reason why he decided to go for peace, because he was too obsessed with her and her happiness. And so he eventually became known as the Hero King. History remembers him fondly, but he had a dark side to him. And the king is like, I'm very happy that you got your emotions early. And you didn't get obsessed, because sometimes it's like I think that it's kind of balanced and healthy how you feel about her, and it's good because sometimes kings gotta go, like definitely, all but implying that like, hey, yeah, sometimes kings get assassinated if they are too obsessed with things and fucked up. And Cecil decides, I'm not going to tell Birdie of this, because I want Birdie to stay with me because she wants to be with me and not because she's obligated to be with me for the good of the kingdom. Which is, yeah, makes sense. And then 2 years later, a child declares that they are going to sabotage Birdia's wedding, which is going to be our next and final episode. Which again, really felt like they could have ended on episode 11 with just like, and then they got married, the end, because I don't think this show is going to get a season 2 of them married. Maybe it will. But it feels like jumping ahead 2 years really feels like I can't tell you for sure. I do not know for sure that the light novels and or the manga have more going on here after this arc gets completed, or if it does time leap 2 years to them getting married. I don't know. I can't tell you. I just tell you that jumping 2 years at the end of episode 11 feels like, shit, we need a conclusion. We'll find something for it. But I do like the show. I think I don't know if it's going to stick to landing, but I do like it in general. It's still a good series that I'm happy that that I have been watching. But yeah, I'm not particularly thrilled with this episode. And I cannot say the same thing about episode 11 of Always a Catch, because that shit was pretty cool. With some good laughs in this one. So, in the previous episode, we found out the cousin, Ireno, he for a little while was meant to be crown prince, and then the empress had two children, two boys, so he was no longer in line for the throne, and there were people swirling around him that wanted him to usurp the throne, or claim that that they weren't capable of doing that stuff. So he apparently he's been playing the fool and acting like an asshole, but he still fucks up a lot. So Renato ends up uninviting him from the upcoming ball, which, in my opinion, makes a lot of sense. Maria at the ball notices a suspicious woman walking around and decides to follow her. She loses that person, but she ends up near Ireno's room, and Ireno is like, hey, the thing I would really like to do is it would be awesome if you could steal me one of those peach tarts. That's the only thing I want. So she reluctantly agrees, and then they end up sharing some wine, which she doesn't really want to do. Maria figures out that, like, okay, yeah, he's just acting like a fool. He's not really a fool, because he's trying to avoid a dispute with the princes. And then the guest that was acting suspiciously, her name is Zarya, and she comes in with a bunch of dudes. She's got some men with her. She's got some lackeys, because she has been obsessed with Ireno to the point of stalking. And she blames Maria for Ireno not being interested in her, which is clearly not the case. Also, I don't think it's not necessarily implied that it was spiked, but Maria probably shouldn't have drank any alcohol because she passes out. And luckily, there's some screaming and yelling, which alerts Renato. Renato comes into the room to protect his fiancée, the future queen, but finds out, hey, guess what? Our girl Maria, she is a master of martial arts while drunk. She is a drunken master, and she has beaten the shit out of everyone, except for Ireno and Zarya, but she beat up all the dudes. Which is very funny, using the drunken fist style. It's very stupid and great, and there was some good action in this episode. Seeing Renato allows her to fall asleep, and so she falls asleep finally. So he's going to scold her, I assume for drinking and sneaking off. Also, she saw someone suspicious, and she followed that person instead of reporting it, which, you should do that. I should also mention, I forgot to mention this, that Zarya is the person that set up. There was an attempt on Maria's life when she was having tea with the queen, and apparently that was this girl as well, which she should not have admitted to in this case, but she did. Renato locks up Ireno because he did get his fiancée drunk, and he can't let that stand. And then also, Zarya gets arrested for attacking royalty, and Maria wakes up in time for them to have a dance. So that's the end of the episode, is them dancing together. And that was a fun episode 11. Of these two shows, if I was going to recommend one of them, I really do like the twist of observation log of my fiancée who calls herself Villainess. I do think that is a fun twist on the genre of the Villainess of the Otome game, but always the catch is really fucking fun. It is an unbelievably fun show that I highly recommend if you were looking for the goods. I think you could do very few things I think are more fun this season. For this genre, I should clarify, for the genre. There are shows that I think are like better, cooler, more fun. I think if I was going to suggest any show, it would. It would. Witch Hat is an easy recommendation for because it's just really good. But also Marriage Toxin is a really fun action series. I think those are probably the best shows. Season 2 of Dorohedoro I thought was really good, but that requires you to watch the first season, and also it's fucking brutal. It's often funny, but it's sometimes just like crazy and bizarre. So that's not necessarily the easiest thing to recommend to people. Be like, oh yeah, you should watch this fucking bonkers series that is completely out there, visually stunning, but like crazy. So that's a hard thing to recommend to people. I still think it's worth watching, but it could be a bit of a harder sell. I'll be honest, for a show named Witch Hat, everyone wears dunce caps, completely turned me off checking it out. Give me cool witch hats. Look, I like this. This is a very, like, this is one of those Japanese, what am I saying here? It's one of them Japanese productions of a thing that is very European. So much so that, like, the dub gave them a lot of British voices because it feels right for what they're trying to do with the show. Which I understand might not be for everybody. But yeah, I mean, they have these, like, it is very traditional. The witch hats, these dunce caps, as you refer to them, are traditional in some folklore. It is, they are doing things right. Even if you're not a big fan of it, I understand. But okay. So 19 and 20 are, this is the one that goes in here. This goes on the backside there. And then 21 and 22. 21 goes on this side. 22 goes on this side here. Now is the part of the stream where I want to hear from you, friends. What are you watching right now? What are you playing? What are you up to? What are you into? I do very much love hearing from you about those things. So if you've been up to anything, playing any games, watching any movies, watching any TV, do you have the basketball on or some football on in another window, another tab, another monitor? You watching that stuff? Like, let me know. I love hearing from you about those things and things. So let me know. Let me know what you're up to. Again, I talked about at the top of the stream today. I did a lot of yard work stuff, which I did not want to do, but needed to get done. I listened to some podcasts while I did that stuff. Tomorrow, I'm going to watch some wrestling in the evening with some friends. We're all going to be in the same Discord channel while some wrestling happens, which will be good. That'll just be fun. I'm going to play some marathon. I think we're going to do some sledding game first, and that while some people join in, and then we wait on some friends, and then we're going to get some marathon in with the crew, and I'm looking forward to that. That will be nice. On Monday afternoon, I'm going to get some a D&D one-shot. A friend of mine invited me to join in on a playtest. They have been working on a D&D module. And so we're going to do a very truncated, like, they're going to create the characters ahead of time, but they want to work on the setting and the vibe and see if that works out. So I have agreed to join that in, which is good because I haven't done any of that in a while. So it'll be fun to hop in with some people and do a little Dungeons and Dragons. We'll see if there's any dungeons or any dragons in this. I don't know. I don't know anything about the module yet. But I agreed to do that. And I am excited for that. That'll be fun to participate in. All right, this kit is body complete. It's done. All the accessories are on. I am now going to take a photo of this, and then I'm going to do the transformation. And then that which will also allow me to add the effects parts here that are part of the transformation. So we will do that now. This kit is incredibly lightweight, but that makes sense because it is, of course, as mentioned, it is a no grade. So it is like not, this is not a master grade. This is more aligned to a 1/100 scale high grade, but they do say the no grade there. And it feels like that, but I'm not mad about this. I'm not mad about what all this is doing. Dirty says, I guffawed today for the first time in a long while when I read the latest chapter of the Chronicle of the Lazy Sovereign. Other than that, I've been listening to the Basset Hound in the unit above me singing a song, and they're people of the past 9 hours. Damn, that Basset Hound has been fucking belting it for 9 hours. Jesus. Well, I hope they get over whatever's going on with them. I should go back to Chronicle of the Lazy Sovereign. I'm nowhere near up to date on that particular series. So I should go back to that. I like that one. That was fun. There's a lot of good facial expressions in that one. A lot of good faces. Big faces in that one. All right. So I did this here. Now I get to learn how to do the transformation. This goes up. I know that happens. The lid on this pops up. Then this shuffles up into here. And then, oh. Yeah. The head turns around. Lashbury says, been watching some of Wooly's streams as he trains for the next Sajam Slam. Also watched him try Final Fantasy XIV for the first time and really wish I had never switched off a trial account because it really made me want to go back, but I just can't justify a sub. Had some good marathon games except for a solo night march run right before the stream that I ended up getting good loot when I was just planning to do a quest for free kit. Got my Exfil stolen and missed the final and lost it all. Lost it all. That sucks. Lashbrook, sometimes you fly too close to the sun. You just think like, I'm just going to do an easy one here. This is going to be really simple and this will be a short little thing. I'm just going to get in and get out, get what I need and then take off. And then it turns out, no, that is not the case. You unfortunately, you goofed. You goofed and you played yourself. Uh-oh. This came off and I didn't want it to. Can I get this? Can I easily get this back on connected here? No. Take this head off. Will that make it easier for me to do this? Maybe. But hell yeah, Lashbrook. Sorry that didn't work out for you, but hell yeah for giving it a go. Even if it eventually did not pan out the way you wanted it to. Okay. So we got that on there. We got that on there. We got these up like this. Again, this like walking mode here is on purpose, I believe, goofy as hell. All right, so this goes up. This like this, like this, like this. And then right, yeah. Like this. So silly that this does like this. And then this goes like that. Like that. And this is the transformation mode. This is like the transformation of this thing. It's very stupid in a way that I'm really into. This thing is going to be way too top heavy. So I don't even know if this is going to work right, but yeah, this is how this goes. And then this piece slides into something. There are. Oh yeah, this pegs into like that. I just knocked over something, but that's fine. Yes, that goes in like this, and then this goes in like that. Basically, there's a place for the legs to clip into, which is supposed to help stabilize it, but it doesn't really do that. But it's supposed to help with the stabilization. Okay. Because it doesn't, it's just top heavy. It's just very top heavy. And there's also like no good way to use any way for this to like, there's unfortunately with this thing, there's no good way to balance it because there is no connector for a stand. There just isn't. There just isn't a connector for the stand. There's no spot for it. They don't include us. You think it'd be here? You think like here there'd be a way to then connect it, but there isn't. And they don't come with an attachment to then hook on to a stand, which you'd also think they would do. So it's just like weird. It's just a weird walker that doesn't stand on its own. That needs to, and then it doesn't. It's frustrating. Believe me, I would love to be able to just put this down and put on the little things. It's a wacky walker, yeah. But it's just like it's just too heavy. It's just too heavy to do what this transformation. The waist is not stable enough. Like this is the closest I can get. If I do it like this, I can stand it up. And this is not fully over like it's supposed to be. Oops, that came off. Whatever. So that's frustrating because I do want to do the walker part, but like it doesn't. It's not gonna stand up. Oops. And then this side skirt or this front skirt piece just keeps falling off. That's besides the point. But yeah, it should look like this. It should look like this. But I have to kind of lift it up in order for it to work out. Otherwise, it's going to fall over. It's a non-grade. Like it's fine. It's not ideal that it doesn't work right, but it's fine. All right, let me at least put on these extra parts that are very stupid. And then I'll try to get a photo like this as best I can. We're not going to get to the Gustav Karl tonight. I don't. We'll get a little bit started, but we're not going to get far in the Karl. Beam feet. One of the dumbest things that this thing has is the beam feet, but I do love it. I love how dumb it is. It's very silly. It does have beam sabers, but I don't know why you wouldn't just use the shield and the gun. There, take care of that later. That's a future pat problem. Yeah, so this thing doesn't really stand up well on its own in this mode. It would in the other mode, but again, it doesn't have a plug for a stand. You'd have to like get something custom. You have to make something, which is stupid. Like, come on. I know that this was inexpensive at the time because it's the non-grade, but you should have something. So this is how it should look. I'm going to raise it up some. I'm going to try to get it balanced. These things might make it so I can't balance it at all. But I'm going to try to get one photo of this in the other mode as best I can. All right, that might do it. I might be able to get a photo in of it like this. I'm going to try. Oops. My finger's in the way. Whoops. Oh no. Oh no. Damn it. All right, I got to pull it back here. I don't know if I'm ever going to get it looking as good as it did there. Damn. Damn. So yeah, if I was going to display this kit, it would not be in the alt mode. That's for damn sure. Because that wouldn't make any sense for me to do it this way. Because this is just silly as hell. But we'll see if I can get it at all. Even for a minute here. And this piece is like flying around. All right, this is not good either, but it's better than nothing. All right. God, that's stupid. I do love how dumb this thing is. So yeah, I'm going to say that Monday, we're starting the Goose of Carl on Monday, even though obviously we're starting it now. Just because, like, all I ended up doing is taking a photo of, like, whatever step one is. Oh, I didn't. I am not going to try to take another photo, but just so you know, the true thing. Well, you know what? All right, never mind. I am going to try to take another photo because I don't have all of the accessory stuff of this done for this mode. So now I'm like, well, now I owe it to myself because I don't have the full display of how dumb this thing is. So now I got to take another photo. My apologies. I can't leave it like this. The world must know. I'm never going to keep this kit like this at all. So the world must know how goofy this thing can look. Okay, so these are out now like this. This is supposed to lock into here and lock in here. And again, the alt mode for this absolutely does not work and is not worth it. And they didn't need to include it because it does not get the job done at all. It is very silly. But let's see if I can take a photo of this before it falls over. All right. Goofy mode. Yeah, this thing's really goofy. This was a fun build. As I said, before I saw this, I had no idea that this kit existed. I did not know that they were doing no grades at the time. They were messing around with the 1/100 scale non-master grades. They've only done that a couple times in their history, and it has been kind of a disaster. Apparently, when people want the 1/100 scale, they want the kit to be good, and they really do want a good model kit for the money of that or the size of it, and this was not that. So it was, by all accounts, a disappointment. But it was goofy in a way that I'm really into. So I did appreciate that. All right, we can get rid of that. We can put Carl up here. Here's Carl. And we won't get too far into Carl, but we can take a look at Carl and see what's going on. No polycaps for this because it is a modern kit. And they're trying not to do polycaps anymore, which fucking rules, starting with Witch from Mercury. Occasionally there'll be some for like a backpack or some kind of accessory, but in general, they don't do it. There are, unfortunately for the Carl, a lot of stickers. There's a lot of color correcting stickers here. That's not great in my opinion, but I understand it because this is the Type 00 from the Carl, so it's adding some stuff there. And then also there's this sticker here, which is going to go on the shield probably at the end. We got some nice blue, as mentioned. Can at least get some stuff sorted here. Can kind of go through this kit. Again, we're actually going to start this on Monday. And not tonight. There is also a second blue. We got two different blues. Oops, sorry, I have to hit a button there. Yeah. We have two different blues. We also have this blue, which is a lighter blue, which is also awesome. You can see the two blues there. They're both excellent colors. This is a great looking kit. We've got really light pink beam sabers. I like those. That's fun. And then there's the instructions that I was looking for. They were, of course, on the bottom of the box. This is a 2026 release from Hathaway. This is my first Hathaway build. This is the Gustav Karl Type 00, or Type 00, I should say. I get in my head that it should be 00 because of Gundam 00, a series that I recently talked about on a video that has not been released to people yet, but will be released at some time in the future. So yeah, this is our Bandai release here, 2026. We're starting with the chest, and even a little bit of the backpack on the chest here. And then we will work on the head. So we will get into some stickers on Monday. It appears to be just the front stickers, the eye sticker, and then the back camera sticker. And then we'll jump right into doing shoulders, into arms, and then assembly, and then we will work on the feet and the legs. Big bulky legs, the chunky boy. I do love a chunky boy. He's a good chunky grunt. And then the waist, and then we'll put the whole damn thing together. And there's a sticker that goes there. And then we've got the shield, which has the big sticker on it. Lord Crash says, I've been watching more Star Trek and enjoying the weird pilot and the way they reuse it for a 2-part episode about Spock betraying Kirk or his previous captain. There's also a very good episode about their first run-in with the Romulans. Yes, that is a great episode. You are, I agree with you. I was about to say you're correct. I'll just say I'll agree with you. So then we do that. The shield can fit on this thing that comes out of the backpack, which is cool. And then we got our weapons here, various guns and launchers, and weapons that do fit on the back, which is also cool. And then the back shield can move onto the front, so you can have a shield and then also have 2 weapons, which is just good, very good stuff. And there's even a weapon inside one of the arms, which is also cool. All the best styrofoam dropping onto Romulans kill them. Indeed. No rocks were harmed in the filming of Star Trek episodes. But yeah, you can see it here. Look at that shit. The shield is just kind of independent. So you can hold a beam saber or a bazooka and then have the shield out there. That's cool stuff. You can have the gun and the bazooka, or the gun and the beam saber, and the shield just kind of flexible shield. Oh yeah, there's a grenade launcher in there as well, and the bazooka. This is a good all-purpose grunt from Hathaway. I'm fucking stoked to work on this. This is the next thing that I'll be working on. Good old Gustav Karl. Good colors on this one, as I said. I don't even know where I don't even know where all these stickers go. Where do all these stickers go? Well, you know what? Let's investigate. Let's learn together. Doesn't go on the chest. I know this is the shield sticker. This is the slow, do this sticker slowly on the shield, which we will. Do these go on the arms, maybe? No. Don't go there. They go on the legs? Where do all these stickers go? On the feet? Let me look. No? Huh. Oh, okay. They do go on the legs. Okay, so these stickers go around the legs here for some separation. That makes some sense. Okay. They didn't want to do a thin layer of plastic and of that, so they did that. All right. That makes some sense. I'm not mad about it. And then they got the same color as the camera are the stickers that go on the various weapons. The various scopes on the weapons. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that all checks out. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it goes there. Yeah, that all checks out. Oh, and then the side skirt isn't really a skirt. It's like a container that also holds the beam sabers. That's cool shit. Yeah, this is a cool looking kit. I am excited to put this together. That is our next thing. Thank you to Chris for buying this off my Amazon wish list. I'm excited to work on it next. Again, no polycaps on that one, which is cool. That's just cool shit that we don't have to worry about polycaps. It means that we can focus on, just the regular assembly. This damn thing. So yeah, I thought for sure we would start the Carl today, but we did not. That will be the next. That'll be the next build on Monday. Yeah, starting Gustav Carl. We'll update, so I don't have to do this for Monday. Now it says Gustav Carl type 00. That'll be the next thing that we build. That's gonna do it for tonight. We're gonna wrap up there. But we're not done hanging out because we do need to go on a Roro raid. We need to go find somebody doing cool stuff and go spend some time with them. And so I need to go figure out who that is. Who are you going to go raid? Who are you going to go see? Who's doing what? Let me figure that out right now. How long has my friend over here been playing on a Saturday night? Okay, they're wrapping up, so we're not raiding them, which is okay. Rara is playing Terratech Legion. It's been a night of video games. I know that earlier Rara was playing Mafia, and I believe now Rara is playing switched games at some point. My good friend Rara will go hang out with her. It'll be fun to see what kind of weird shit she gets up into in this fucking video game, so that'll be good. I hope you can come along on this raid. I hope you will come back on Monday as I start a new model kit, because that'll be fun. It'll be nice, and I hope you'll join me for that. Thank you for coming on this raid. Thank you for agreeing to spend a little time with me tonight. I hope you had a good time. I hope you will come back again on Monday for more model kit building and conversation and all kinds of things and things. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.